work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Francisco, your host here for tonight's video. For today's video, I actually want to go over a few things that the WNBF and INBF look at for bodybuilding judging criteria. It's something people don't really look into. So I've had athletes go to shows, and I've had one athlete specifically that I remember that he wasn't too happy with his placing. And the thing is, I try to explain to him is like, look, man, you're more of a bodybuilder than a physique class type individual. His characteristics were just bodybuilder. And we'll go through each class specifically. But today, I actually just want to go over bodybuilding. So let's head over to my screen right here. We're going to go over to the criteria. So you can actually get all this information on worldnaturalbodybuilding.com, worldnaturalbb.com. And here on the screen, we're going to do a new video today. We'll just do web browsing. So here for men and women divisions, you know, they go through a series of poses that allows the judge to evaluate not only individual body parts, but also the whole package. It's something we look at. It's the whole package, not just one thing or another. It's everything. And we look at an X frame. So we'll go through some of this in a little bit. So men will be wearing bodybuilding posing suit. Women, it's going to be a two-piece bodybuilding suit with or without, embellishments. Athletes are judged in 2 rounds. The first round is symmetry, which encompasses the overall balance of a physique. And then we look at muscularity. Muscularity is the muscle mass, the proportion, the conditioning, and the definition of the physique. So we'll actually go over to this section right here. So this is a little more. You can get all this information on the worldnaturalbb.com. So for men's bodybuilding, here we look at symmetry. It's 2. So the first one's going to be symmetry encompasses overall balance and conditioning from top to bottom and side poses. We've had athletes go to shows where they look great from the front, but we don't really start writing anything down until we look at everyone doing their quarter turns. But because someone can look really great from the front and their back is just lacking. So we look at every single thing, top to bottom, and every side pose. And then round 2 is going to be muscularity and conditioning. Athletes will be judged on the size of the muscles and conditioning definition by executing a series of mandatory poses. The competitors must perform all mandatory poses in a timely manner. Judges are looking at the complete package from all parts of the physique, not just one body part at a time. So we're looking at the overall package. You guys got to understand also that the head judge of like the INBF and WNBF events, they reserve the right to penalize an athlete or ranking if the athlete refuses to perform a requested pose properly. So that's why it's important to know the poses for the WNBF INBF organization and on how they should be executed. So here we have a list of the mandatory poses. So here we're going to go over front double bicep. We're going to do front lat spread, side chest, side tricep, rear double biceps, rear lat spread, abdominal and thighs, hands and hips most muscular, optional for women, and then crabs most muscular, optional for women. And the way these are scored is for the INBF amateur, the judges will score each round and give competitors a final placement for that round before moving on to the next round. So for example, we get 8 people, 1 through 8. They're going to place athletes 1st through 8th in each round of the 2. When judging is complete, both scores will be added through the come up with the final placement for each competitor in that class. And it's the same thing for the professionals. The tiebreaker is actually going to be for the pro posing routines. Well, let me rephrase that. The pro posing routines actually count for the pros only, and this can be used as a tiebreaker. Final placings for professional will be determined after free posing routines are finished. Judges may break ties or move a competitor up or down one placing in this final judging process. So that's what that can be used for. Let's actually look at this side as well. This is actually the same side, World Natural BB. You can get all the information on here. This is going to be the bodybuilding criteria like we went over just now. Symmetry, muscularity is judged, a balanced physique, front to back, side to side. Muscle mass proportion, conditioning, hardness, and definition is also evaluated. Posing, execution, and overall stage presence can break ties in the bodybuilding category. So here we have this bodybuilder right here. You see his symmetry, bellies, hardness, fullness, leanness. You can see his sartorius, you can see his quads, his calves, and his waist, and his lats. So if you look at this, he looks like an X. That's good symmetry right here. Good shoulders and muscle bellies. So let's actually pull up. This is from 2019 Battle of the Bay. This is for bodybuilding. So we have shoulders, chest, small waist, lats flared, front relaxed. You see some sartorius, and he's got some quads right here. And here, quads. So if you compare here, shoulders and chest to here, shoulders and chest, he has more shoulders, good chest, small waist. He's got an X frame. Everyone's looking good right here. X frame, shoulders, biceps, quads. So it's just an example. And then we'd have to look at, some other pictures and kind of compare. Because, if anyone's ever gone to a bodybuilding show, it's not just one picture. You got to look at the whole thing. So here we got thickness in the chest. We got shoulders. And then here we got hamstrings, glutes. You can see the definition here. And then here, shoulders. So everyone's got that X frame. Shoulders are good, hardness, and being lean. So... and then we look at the back. We have an X frame right here. So it's a lot different being at a show than just seeing pictures. Maybe this individual right here was actually positioning himself and he wasn't flared out. Where he's flared out, he's got more of an X. He's got more of an X. His quads are out a little more. You can see the hamstrings differences right here. Quads and hamstrings. So that's why we got to look at all sides. And we have to look at the proportion too. And here we have a front double bicep pose. It's always recommended that you guys get a coach to help you with posing as well. It's always nice to have someone looking from outside and inside. So I just want to give you guys some examples and what the judging criteria is for bodybuilding, because a lot of people ask, they don't really know. They just, go to a category, and I've had to pull athletes aside and be like, hey, you fit a little better in bodybuilding, or hey, you fit a little more in a physique class because of the way their frames are and their, genetics has a role also. Everyone's a little different. So, what I recommend people do when they're new is try different classes and see what works for you. Don't hesitate to jump around. There are rules from going novice to open, and then from open to becoming a pro. So just be conscious of if you're going to be doing novice for your first show, and then you can gradually go into the open category when you place in those novice shows that you've done for the first ones. So we'll go over some more of that information in another video. But for this video, I just want to give you guys a quick breakdown of the bodybuilding criteria. And I am your host, Francisco. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a like, subscribe to this channel, share this information. I'll be posting a lot more for you guys, so stay tuned. Thank you.